So we have started our discussion on significant figures. Let us learn what are significant figures and how to use them. So we know that every measurement have some errors and the result of that measurement should report that error by showing it the precision of the measurement. Normally, the reported result of measurement is a number that includes all the digits of number that are reliably known. So that means all the numbers that are reliably known plus just first digit that is uncertain. So we have seen one simple example. Suppose mass of something is 453 gram and we are measuring this with a scale of plus minus 1 gram. So this could be 452 gram or 454 gram. So here two digits are highly reliable, that we definitely know that these are this 45 or 4 or 5, but this third digit is unreliable. This can vary between 2 and 4. So we always put all the known digits that are known reliably plus first uncertain digits. So this is showing the precision. What is the precision of our measurement? Suppose the same mass is measured with some other scale. So what we will, in that scale, suppose least count is plus minus 0.1 gram. Then how will we report? We will report 453.0 gram. In that case, we know that these three digits are precise. How? Because 452.9 can happen or 453.1 can be the mass. This is minimum, this is maximum. But this third digit, up to third digit, we reliably know that this is accurate, because when we approximate this to third digit, we again get 453. So that's why we call three digits are reliably known while this fourth digit is not reliably known. So we report result only up to first unreliable, first uncertain digit. What will happen if a person measures this mass with a 1 gram scale with a precision of plus minus 1 gram and he reports or she reports result like this? So somebody has a thought in mind that he or she has measured this mass with a very precise instrument which can measure mass up to this digit after 3 digits after the decimal, but he or she hasn't done that. So this will give us a false sense that this measurement is very accurate, but it is not. Another very good example is that suppose we are measuring a shape, a random shape. This shape has, suppose the volume of this shape is, let us say, 3 centimeter cube. So we are measuring the volume with a meter scale and this is 3 centimeter cube, or let us say this is 43 centimeter cube. 43 centimeter cube this volume. Now what is the mass of this? Suppose mass is equal to 100 gram. And if we divide this number 100 divided by 43, so what we get? 2.32558. So this shows that we have measured the density of this object. Suppose we know the volume, this is volume, we know the mass, and we are measuring the mass density, which is simply mass upon volume. So this shows that we have measured the density very accurately, but this is the number, this is not accurate, because our mass measurement was only correct up to third digit. This could be 101 gram or 99 gram, because we have measured with the scale of 1 gram precision. Similarly, there is some error and this number is not very accurate. So division of two numbers that are not very accurate cannot give a very accurate result. Division of any two numbers that are not very accurate will not give a very precise number. let us understand by a simple example. Suppose there are three friends A, B and C. C is at home. C is at home and A and B are in same car. A and B are in same car. So what they are traveling in a city. Now when C calls them, so C asks that where are you? So there are two things. A tells the particular location of that place, that I am on this square or this, just in front of this shop. So A tells the particular address of that place. Okay, particular address of that place A tells, and B tells that our car number is. So now these measurements are very precise because there cannot be same address anywhere else. Also, even if we get at that address, there might be several cars, but we know that they are in car number this. So this measurement is very precise. So we can easily find them where A and B are. Now what is unprecise measurement? Same thing happens that A and B are traveling in a city in a car. C is at home. C asks them, where are you? So instead of giving direct answer, A says that I can see a red light. There can be many red lights in the city. Similarly, B says that, oh, I see a shop of clothes. So in a city there can be many shop of clothes which are near to red lights. So now you cannot precisely tell that where A and B are. So this is very unprecise measurement and cannot lead to a very precise measurement. So here what we have seen, two unprecise measurements combined together cannot lead to a very precise measurement. But to get a precise measurement, we must see a very precise measurement, or we must measure it very accurately. That is the significance of significant figures. So reliable digits plus the first uncertain digits are known as significant digits or significant figure. So we take all the reliable figures and first uncertain digits, and those are called significant figures. Now let us understand this with this example. Suppose we say the period of oscillation of simple pendulum is 1.62 seconds. The digit 1 and 6 are reliable and certain. These are reliable and certain. We perfectly know that these are 1 and 6. But this digit 2 is uncertain because this can be 1 or 3. So the measured value has 3 significant figures. So how many significant figures? 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 significant figures. Now let us say that length of an object is 287.5 centimeter. Now how many significant figures are there? So these 3 are reliably known, these are certain, and this is first unreliable digit. So again, how many significant figures? There are 4 significant figures. So clearly the result of measurement that includes more digit than significant digit is superfluous. That means that is misleading. That result is not accurate. That is make to somebody else fool. So we can also write this. We can say that this is 2.87.50. So we have added this extra digit. But this should not be, because we don't know even about this 5. How can we add next digit? So mathematically we can add as many zeros as we want. This will not change this number, but this is not a number. This is a physical measurement. There is a difference between a physical number and a measurement. This is not a number, this is a physical measurement. So this is highly misleading that measurement has been done with a very precise instrument while it has been not. So it will give a wrong idea about the precision of measurement, because we have not measured this with a very precise instrument. We have measured up to first digit after the decimal. So there are certain rules that determines number of significant figures, that how can we represent the significant figure. Now we will see some examples for the significant figures. So significant figures indicate, as already mentioned, the precision of measurements which depends on least count of the measuring instrument. So again, significant figures is a measure of precision, that how precise a measurement, and the precision depends on measuring instrument. Suppose we are measuring something with meter scale or vernier calipers or screw gauge. So screw gauge will definitely be more precise, that means they will give more significant figures. So it is important, a choice of change of different units does not change the number of significant digits or figures in a measurement. Suppose any distance is shown in centimeter or millimeter or in meter, this change of scale or change of unit will not increase or decrease the number of significant digits. The number of significant digits will remain same whether we are representing in one unit or other.